Schwas appear as two little stacked dots under a given Hebrew consonant. What differentiates the schwa from all other Hebrew vowels is that it doesn't make a full vowel sound. Rather, the schwa makes a reduced vowel sound, as if you were trying to pronounce only half of a vowel. A good example of this is the E in the word because. It's the sound, the because. This is what grammarians call a hurried pronunciation. So we can think of a schwa as a reduced vowel sound, or even the absence of a vowel sound that helps mark where syllables are in a word. Here's what you need to know. Whenever you're reading Hebrew and you come across a schwa, it will either be vocal, making that hurried sound, or it will be silent, marking the end of a syllable. To understand when a schwa is vocal or silent, we need to go over a few rules. Rule 1. If a schwa is under the first consonant of a word, it's going to be vocal. So take the word ma'od. We can see here a schwa under the first consonant. Therefore, it's going to make that hurried pronounced sound So ma'od. Or take the word shema. Same thing. If a word starts with a schwa, it's going to be vocal. Shema. Rule 2. A schwa under the last consonant of a word is always going to be silent. So take the word melech. Notice how I didn't say meleka, because the schwa at the end of the word means it's silent. So it's pronounced melech, letting the final kaf there have the last sound of the word. Rule 3. If a schwa is located somewhere in the middle of a word and it comes after a long vowel, then the schwa is vocal. But if it comes after a short vowel, it's silent. Let's demonstrate this rule with the Hebrew word yelehu. Because tsere is considered a long vowel, the schwa that comes after it in the next letter is going to be vocal. So we pronounce the word yelehu. Yelehu. However, if you see a schwa that comes after a short vowel, then it's going to be a silent schwa. Take the word mamlecha. Mamlecha. Notice it's not pronounced mamalecha because the patak here is a short vowel. Therefore, the second mem is silent, closing the syllable, making it mamlecha. Or take another example. Shamata. Shamata. Again, it isn't pronounced shama'ata because the patak here is a short vowel, making the following schwa silent. Shamata. So, to reiterate this rule, if you find a schwa located in the middle of a word, it is vocal when it comes after a long vowel, but it's silent if it comes after a short vowel. If you forget which vowels are short and which vowels are long, please go back and watch our first video on Hebrew vowels, or check out the chart in the description of this video. Rule 4. When you come across back-to-back schwas at the end of a word, they are both silent. Like in this word, notice that we have two schwas back-to-back at the end of the word. They are not vocally pronounced, as in katalta. Instead, the schwas remain silent, making it katalt. Katalt. We do this in English too with words like card or test, letting the consonants at the end do all the work. And finally, Rule 5. When you see back-to-back schwas in the middle of a word, the first schwa is silent, and the second schwa is vocal. So take this word here, mamlechot. The first schwa is silent, bringing an end to the first syllable, mam. But the second schwa here is vocal, that le sound with the lamed, le. So altogether, the word is pronounced mamlechot. It's often said about this rule that the first schwa does the walking, while the second schwa does the talking. So those are the rules for knowing when a schwa is silent or vocal. Let's say we do some practice here to get the hang of them. To start, how would you pronounce this Hebrew word? Is it Yisrael or Yisrael? The answer is Yisrael, because a schwa found in the middle of a word coming after a short vowel is always silent. And remember, hirik is a short vowel, so this schwa here that comes after it is going to be silent, making the word Yisrael. Let's try another one. How would you pronounce this word? The correct pronunciation is beshiv tekha. Beshiv tekha. To start, we know that a schwa under the first consonant of a word is always vocal. So here we have be, be. After that, we can notice two back-to-back schwas in the middle of the word. Remember, the first schwa does the walking, while the second does the talking. So we would say it like shivta, shivta. Altogether, this word would be pronounced beshivteka, beshivteka. Schwas can be confusing at first, but once you get the hang of these rules, schwas end up being really helpful as they point out where syllables are and help us pronounce words correctly. So have fun and good luck on your journey of learning the language of Biblical Hebrew.